You're standing in front of the weights. There's a 15, a 20, a 25, and suddenly this very normal gym moment feels weirdly confusing. Do I go lighter so my form stays clean, or do I go heavier so it actually counts? If you've ever had that little gym math moment, this video will show you a simple way to find the right weight for you. Here's the part I wish more beginners know. Your first set doesn't have to be perfect. Your first set can just be a test set. Try a reasonable weight, finish the set, and pay attention to what happens. If you know what to look for, that set can help you find your working zone. Signal 1. Watch the last 3 reps. Maybe the first few reps feel pretty smooth. Then near the end, did you slow down a little? Did your form stay clean? Maybe you had that feeling of, okay, this is getting harder, but I've still got it. Watch your last 3 reps and remember the feeling. Another sign is you have that tiny negotiation moment in your head. I love talk to myself when I'm lifting. You know when you're near the end of the set and your brain goes, do we really need one more rep? And unfortunately, yes. You had to push yourself, but you still finished it. That information is actually very useful. If the weight is too easy, you might feel like you could keep going while planning your grocery list. If it's too heavy, it feels more like, I don't think one more rep is a good idea. But when the weight is about right, it's usually somewhere in the middle. You have to push yourself a little, but you're still in charge. Signal 3. A useful weight usually pulls your attention back to what you're doing. You might notice yourself guiding the movement. Be steady, control the weight down, don't rush it. And that doesn't mean you're overthinking. It means the weight is giving you something to work with. If you can completely zone out and your body just autopilots the whole set, that weight is probably too light for your working set. But if you have to stay present, guide the movement, and your form still looks solid, that's a good place to be. So, what should you do with that information? Now, let's make this practical. After a set, the weight is usually telling you one of 3 things. It's below your working zone, in your working zone, or past your working zone. And each one gives you a different next step. Below your working zone means the weight is too light. If the whole set feels almost the same from start to finish, if the last rep feels pretty easy, if that set is your warm-up, it's completely fine. But if this is supposed to be one of your working sets, we need to pause for a second and talk about it. Don't jump straight into, oh, I need to lift a lot heavier. Check if you can make this set more intentional. Slow down the lowering part a little. Use the full range you can control. Pay attention to the muscle you're trying to use. If it still feels like this weight is not giving you a lot of feedback, then choose a slightly heavier weight for your next set. Past your working zone means the weight is too heavy. If the set gets messy, maybe your range of motion gets smaller, maybe you start to swinging and rushing, maybe you can't really control the movement. If that happens, lower the weight and get that movement back under control. Lifting heavy is awesome, as long as you can still control the movement. But when you lose control of the movement too early, that set stops being useful, and there's a higher risk of getting injured. In your working zone means the weight is just right. If the beginning feels manageable, but the last 2 to 3 reps take more effort, like you have to push yourself a little bit, then after you finish the whole set with a good form, you actually want a real break. Congratulations! That is your working zone. That is the right weight you're looking for. I think this part is very important, but people don't talk about it enough. Because a lot of beginners usually get stuck on one side or the other. Some people stay too light because they're afraid of messing up. Other people go too heavy because they feel like the weight has to look impressive to count. But your goal is not to prove anything with the numbers. Your goal is to find a weight that makes the set useful. A good workout session doesn't always feel dramatic, and honestly, they never even feel dramatic at all. But that feeling of being in your working zone, though, is something all beginners should experience and remember. Because over time, that feeling gets easier to recognize and your training starts to make more sense. Last step, write down the weight. My clients are always wondering how I could remember everyone's weight choices. The secret is write them down. It can be a smart notebook or just use your phone, but make sure you choose something you'll actually carry around. I recommend to write something like this: exercise name, how much weight did you use, how many sets, how many reps, and how did you feel? If you write it down, next time you will have a reference point to start with, instead of standing there and wondering, oh my God, what should I use? I don't remember. This way you can look back and choose your starting weight with way more confidence. And yes, over time, it can also help you to track your progress. But the main point is simple. Next time, you're not guessing from zero. As a beginner, it's important to learn how a good set feels in your own body. Sometimes the weight will feel a little bit too light, sometimes it might be too heavy. That's normal. That's how you learn. And if the same weight suddenly feels heavier on a different day, I have another video that explains why that happens and what you can do during that workout. Check it out. I will see you in the next rep.